Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. It's been a crazy week. Hopefully, everybody out there is safe, health-wise, doing very well. For me, on Monday, I had to move my family out of New York City, or didn't have to, but felt the need to, as things there weren't looking so great from an outlook perspective, and the kids are now off for probably at least a month. So life within a very tiny New York City apartment, potentially under quarantine over the next few weeks, wasn't something that looked good to me. So moved out to the family down here in New Jersey, to the suburbs, where my 3-year-old and 1-year-old have a little bit more room to run around, and hopefully we can uh, kind of get through this period and see it through, and eventually get back to New York City. But I think for me, especially reading the news and everything that's going on a day-to-day basis, it's clear that the economy is going to take a hit over the next 6 months to a year. But I'm very confident that this is a great opportunity for, especially those mindset coaches like you that are out there, to really bring through your impact and help people along the way, transform their life, get those improvements that they need to see in their business, maybe make a career change that they didn't envision even a few weeks ago, get them to the life that they want, and get through this period of whatever happens, whether it's a recession or something worse. You have an opportunity as a coach to go out there and empower people and to make those changes. And I've seen it in my own life with a mindset coach, but I've kind of seen it as well as a copywriter working with mindset coaches. The power of how you can kind of change people's lives for the better. And this is just one of those opportunities. Anytime there's uncertainty, anxiety, any stress involved, these are perfect opportunities to people to hire you and get to the life that they've always wanted. And there's such there's always that demand for your services, but I think especially in these periods where there's a lot of uncertainty, where their income is a little bit unstable, is a great opportunity for them to make a pivot in their own life and really capture what they're looking for such a long period of time going forward. So really think about that. You probably have a lot of uncertainty within your business, especially in the past week, in terms of hiring new prospects and getting your business going, and especially working with your current clients. But I believe as we get a little bit more clarity as this thing moves along, and hopefully gets to a successful ending, that this offers an opportunity for you to kind of build your business, build a tribe of people around you, and find that right market, and find your impact over time. And I think a few years from now, you'll look back at this and say this was certainly a time filled with stress and anxiety, but this was kind of my pivot point to really expand my business and expand my impact for who I really wanted to work with. So happy to, along the way, to through these videos and my content, to help you in that approach as well. So also just I had a conversation with a coach today, and I think there was a little bit of feedback that I gave to her, which was broadly going to be helpful to the rest of the mindset community here as well. It really kind of captured around two different ideas. Number one is thinking about how potential prospects come into your community. So a lot of people will put out a lead magnet on their website or some kind of newsletter on their website, get somebody to opt in, and right away they want to get on a strategy call with that person and hopefully close that business. But you have to realize that hiring you as a coach is a very personal decision for people, and they really have to get to know you not only as a person, but what is your philosophy and process as a coach, because they have thousands of potential options out there, and why should they hire you specifically, especially in this period in time? You want to give them that opportunity to get to know you over that time period, and that's really what I do in working with mindset coaches. Really thinking about what is that introductory period that you should be in front of that prospect, allow them to get to know you as a person and you as a coach, give them some value along the way so they can start to see the benefits of your skills and experience before you get to the point where they get on a call with you. And if and when they get on a call with you, what most coaches don't realize is that if you have the right approach and the right offers that are out there online, Because you can have people hire you as a coach without having to speak with them at all on a phone call or in person. So if you set it up correctly, you can kind of answer everybody's questions, get them comfortable enough that they kind of sign up without you having to do that prospecting or selling work on a sales call. It is possible if you set it up correctly. So again, think about that prospect that comes into your community. How are you introducing yourself to them? But also, what is your call to action at the end of that? How are you kind of leading them along the way? Most people don't make it clear on what are those steps that they want people to take to eventually becoming a client along the way. Do you want them to do a little bit of pre-work to before they hire you as a coach, whether it's a course or reading some kind of content that you do have? Make it very clear in terms of what you want them to do. Make sure in terms of your emails, in terms of your advertisements, that it's absolutely clear, almost in repetition, what you want them to do. So there is no confusion whatsoever. The second thing is when you do put an offer in front of them, whether it's one-on-one coaching or a course or anything in terms of your content, is put a deadline attached to it. If you just put something out there in front of them and there's no deadline attached and they have all the time in the world to decide, they're probably not going to have a lot of urgency to make that decision. So if you attach a deadline in front of your offers, it allows people to have a little bit of scarcity and urgency to follow through and actually take you up on your offer. Or if they don't, the next time you do put it in front of them, there'll be a lot more. They'll feel that urgency to take advantage of that opportunity. So you're kind of using that scarcity to allow people to make that decision, not giving them all the time in the world to do that. So, and all the offers that you do have, once you've given your introduction out there, make sure that you have some kind of scarcity and urgency attached to that to really push people along to making a decision. If they say no, it's not the right time, right now, that's perfectly fine. As you kind of continue to build that relationship over a period, it can get to the point where that they feel more comfortable, and that's perfectly fine. But attach some level of deadlines to your offers so that you are taking advantage of that opportunity and forcing people to say yes or no versus maybe over a 6-month period.